What's up, YouTube? This is part 2 of a little short 3-part series comparing the QSC K12 to the new QSC K12.2. So in the first part of the video, or of the series, I reviewed kind of the outside physical characteristics of the video, so if you haven't seen that, go click the link in the description, maybe watch that first. So this will actually be going over some of the functional areas of these speakers. So as you can see right off the bat, this one, this is the K12, and it does not have the digital interface that the K12.2 has. Now the question is that a good thing? Is the digital interface actually an improvement over your hardware switches? So, you know, one of the good things about having switches is if you want to switch it to, you know, an external sub, okay, I'm done. Whereas on the digital interface, all right, so I gotta go over here. Okay, I'm gonna go down to no sub. Well, I already have it set, but you'd select that and you'd either select no sub or you'd go down on here, and so you'd say, okay, I don't want a sub. So there you go. So it takes a little bit longer, but the digital interface does have features that are nice. For example, if you select the subwoofer, it actually has the models of the other QSC. So either you have your KS sub, your K, your KW, your KLA series. So most people are probably going to be using one of these, or they just have another one for 125 hertz. So you can take your pick on that. So that is nice. Other features that this one has that the old K12 did not have was you can actually put in a delay. So if you click this, the easy way to do it would just be do it by feet. So say you know that one speaker is going to be, say you're like showing a movie or something, and so you have your main set of your front speakers at the front, and you have another set of speakers, say 50 feet into the crowd. So you would just roll this until it got to, you know, 50 feet. That's annoying. 50.1 feet. Anyway, you would roll that until it got to 50 feet, and it will automatically do the delay for you. So to me, that is just really a really cool feature. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but it is neat to have. I guess it's back to 0 because I'll forget to change it. So then the other thing is you have your EQ, of course. This is good because you couldn't EQ anything on here, but at the same time, I like to EQ separately from the speakers, but I guess it's personal preference. So then the other nice thing that this sub has, over here, you know, you do have your vocal and your flat, so that's nice, and then you can put it into deep mode. And the only thing that I can see that's similar to deep mode on here is if you go into your presets, hit enter there, then you have all these different presets. So, you know, say you put it on dance preset, I'm gonna guess that that's probably equivalent to deep. So that'd be good for a DJ. Then you can go down here, so instead of putting on a vocal, maybe you could put it on acoustic guitar / vocals. So as you can see, they really have put some thought into some different newer features that you may not use, but if you need them, they're there, and that's nice. So you have your two, you know, main channels as you did over here on the K12. The main difference now is your 1/8 inch jack that you can plug in, you know, a phone straight into with an aux cord or something. It has its own separate channel with its separate volume. Whereas over here, you could plug in a phone right here, but it was also controlled with the volume of the line in B channel. So I think that pretty much covers it as far as the new features go on these speakers. So really, at the end of the day, what you want to know is, does it sound better? If I plug this up, is it going to sound better than what I already have, and is it worth the money? So I'm just going to do an ear test. I've already done this before I started filming it, and frankly, the difference between these two speakers is really not that noticeable. And by the way, I know I have a KW181 plugged in right here. That was not used during this test. Only the tops were used. I put them both on normal, default mode, no sub. I don't know. They seem at these levels, that was pretty loud. They sound pretty much the same. The K12.2 might be slightly fuller, but I think the only time that you're going to notice the big difference is when you're really pushing them. And if you own one of these, you know they can get pretty loud. So if you're like me and you mostly just DJ weddings and events of say 500 people or less, I'm not sure that you're ever going to reach the volume levels with a set of these with subwoofers separately. I'm not sure you're going to ever reach the volume levels needed to actually notice the big difference between the two. So the big question is it worth it to get a set of the K12.2s? And here's my answer, this is my opinion. If you already own a set of K12s and they are fully functioning, no, I do not think it's worth it to get a set of these unless you can sell the K12s for nearly what you bought them for and then get the K12.2s at a good price. So if you already own a set, I don't know. I don't really think it's worth it. The K12s are still fantastic speakers. However, if you're getting into it and you're looking at a set of K12s versus K12.2s, and right now the K12s are only $100 less, say on Musician's Friend, than the K12.2s, go ahead and go with the K12.2s. Mostly I say that because you have that, it's future proof. It is higher power, it's slightly higher output, and they're going to support those for longer in the future because the K12s have been out for about 7 years now. So the K12.2s will be out probably until 2025 or something ridiculous. So in short, if you own the K12s already, don't worry about getting new ones and upgrading to the K12.2s. But if you don't have any and you're buying them for the first time, or you're buying a second set like I was, which is why I have them, go ahead and make the jump, and I think you'll be really pleased with them. So that is it. I hope that actually made any sense, and I hope that was help to someone out there. I didn't see many videos on this, so I hope that an honest review will help someone. If you have any questions at all, stick them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not super knowledgeable on these speakers yet. I've only had them for a week, and I've only used them once last night at this wedding. But I will do the best that I can. So that is it. Thank you very much. Y'all have a nice day.